Hi everyone, welcome to the Millennial Bull. We're a finance blog focused on making and saving money, giving career tips. We also create different type of tools for productivity, such as this tool that I'm about to review right now for you, or really, talk about, which is the personal budget spreadsheet. And our website is themillennialbull.com. If you want to go to our shop, it's the millennialbull.com/shop. Here you'll be able to see a variety of tools that we've created. We have an advanced Excel time tracking tool. We have a traffic and income tracker for bloggers. We have a business income and expense tracker. And what I'm about to talk about right now, which is the personal budget spreadsheet. So let's get started with that. Once you go to our website and upload the budget spreadsheet, you will be able to get a zip drive or zip folder that you'll unzip. And once you unzip it, let me just go through that process right now. Actually, let's get out of this. So we'll extract all, which is unzipping it. Once you do that, go into the sheet. I would just create a copy. I always like to create copies of things before I use them, especially with Excel, because Excel nowadays automatically saves things for you. And so in order, if you open up an Excel sheet and start playing around with it, making changes, all of a sudden you close it, you're like, well, I didn't save over. Well, it automatically saved. So just so that you have a fresh copy, I always like to create a copy, label it original, and just play around with another version. That way, if I mess up, I can always revert back to the original. Also, you have a zipped file, so I guess you can always unzip it if you want, but I just like to do this for good practice. So let's open it up. When you open it up, the first thing you'll see is the instructions tab. Please read the instructions tab carefully. It gives you the do's and don'ts for this workbook. And it gives you other instructions that are really important, such as, when you first start, you want to clear all data, because this Excel sheet, this personal budget spreadsheet, comes with already data preloaded. So you want to be able to clear it out and basically start with only data that you want and dates, etc. So just let's take a look at this at a high level. You'll see that, let's start with first, it's expenses. There's the expenses tab. Here you have your expenses going by date, and category, description. It's just, for each expense you want to describe it. Health costs, well, this was the monthly health insurance. Fixed utilities, well, this was phones, cable, etc. And then the cost amount, or expense amount, whatever you want to call it. And then here you have the category list, and this just sums it up. As you can see, these are equal, which kind of just is a nice check to see if you did anything wrong. You want your category, your total categories. Here you'll have only one input for each category. Here you can have multiple inputs because you're going by date. So you want these two to match the total sums. Same with the income. You have a category list. By the way, these categories in the expense and in the income, they're drop-down lists. So for income, it's only a handful, while for the expense category, it's a lot. You've got to go through. It comes preloaded with a lot of categories. So let's go back to income. There are a lot of there are directions in each tab. Read them carefully, understand them, and then go ahead and use the sheet. Kind of gives you a step-by-step of what to do. So after you've looked at the expense and income, you'll go to the income and expense. This is like an overview tab where it's listing out the date along with the, what would you call it, the different, well, the budget in column C, as well as the different expenses. As you can see here, I've highlighted which ones are expenses all the way to the miscellaneous expense. And then here's the different income. a lot less in terms of category. And then you have the total expenses, you have the total income, and you have the budget remaining, which is simply the budget that you had set month over month minus your total expense. The actual balance is what's left over. So your total income minus your expenses. You always want this to be positive because this is the amount that will be left over for you to put into your bank account. You always, you don't want this to be negative. If you're negative, that means you're spending more than you're earning every month. That's an issue. And that's what this tool is good for, to be able to see, is that what's happening with you? Is that why you can't seem to be catching up on bills? What's going on? So this is good. This tool is especially good for that. And it literally is a tool that is so dynamic. You can do so much with this, and you can customize your own inputs. And it's not complex. It doesn't have a lot of budget spreadsheets look literally like an accountant's spreadsheet where they seem to know what's going on, but you as the user have no idea and can't even follow along. Well, I try to shy away from that. I created this to be literally so simple and so easy for people to use, and for people to have fun using it, to be able to follow through it, and to make sense. That's the most important thing. What you're using needs to make sense. Now, here's the income dashboard. Again, straightforward. Once you input all your information, you want to refresh data to make sure that the data in this dashboard is updated so that you can be able to choose the dates and look at it by date. Say you want to only look at November or December, but then if you happen to have, a different date, I don't know, January 2019, say, well, maybe this won't be updated because there's no January 2019 since you didn't hit refresh data. And these you can select all of them, or select one, or select two, or select three, or you can select, make sure you do multi-select when you click this, and you can actually be more selective in how you select. You can unselect this, you can unselect that, or you can unselect this and only keep those two, right? That's how this works. It's really easy, really straightforward. And again, you can choose the dates here. Let's include November. The expense category, same thing, same as the income in terms of selecting and unselecting. And as the income dashboard, you have a pie chart and a bar graph. The pie chart is in percentages. The bar graph is in dollars. So as you can see here, you have dollar amounts, and you just kind of can look at it. You want to know what the percentage is that your salary was. It was 80%. You want to know how much it was, and this is for November and December. You want to know how much was that in dollar amount. Well, it looks like it was close to, well, if you click on it, actually it doesn't tell you, but it looks like it's about 9,000. And you can actually, actually it does, there it is. It says 9,000 total salary, $9,000. And if you want to be able to put values over this, you yourself can you can click on this. You can go to probably design, add chart element, maybe. There it is. So add chart element, data labels, and you can choose one of these. You can put it center, put inside end, inside base, whatever you want to do, so that you can be able to automatically read how much is being spent. It's all up to you. And you can do that for the expense dashboard as well. You just click on it, designs, add chart element, data labels, and there you go. That's just an FYI, in case you want to be able to look at things like that, and you'll want to be able to just see the actual amount listed right on your bar graph. And then here you have an overview dashboard. Your overview dashboard is, you can see that you have total expense and total income. So total expense is blue, total income is orange. And your total expense is less than your total income, which is what's to be expected. You don't want it to be the other way around, because you're basically spending more than you're making every month, which is a huge problem. That means you need to go find another income source, or you need to figure out how to cut down your expenses every month so that you don't go into more and more debt. Down here is your actual balance. Your actual balance is the money that's left over that can go into your savings account. You want this to be positive, you don't want it to be negative down here. You want it to be positive and not zero either. Definitely greater than zero, so each month you can put some money away into your retirement, into all different things. And that was pretty much it. Now, here is your category lists. You have your expense category, and by the way, it's easy to get to the category list. So if you're in your expenses, right, I want to be able to change my category list for expenses. Well, update expense category. It's going to take me right here, and now I can update it. So if I'm in income, again, same thing. If I want to update the income category, click that button. It's going to take me here. I can make those changes. So as I said, this tool is meant to be really easy to use, user-friendly, straightforward. You have here your monthly budget based on your expense category. So you put all your different expenses, what you will budget for each expense. This would be a total budget, and that's what comes here into monthly budget. So this changes based on what values you put here, this is the total of what's in here into this table. So that's pretty much it. You want to be able to use it. Let's say you get it and you're about to use it. I'll simulate that for you. How one will go about, making changes and using it for the first time.